Well folks, welcome back to the workshop and to another power tool repair. This is going to be a wee quick video on how to repair a Makita Impactor, the DTD171. This is how you fit a new switch. So this wee impactor came in and she's not running right. You can tell it's a switch from the way it behaves. Speeds all over the place, it's not consistent. It should go up through the speeds nice and smoothly as you push on the trigger. This one's not. So this is a wee quick video on how to replace the switch on a Makita Impactor. Luckily, if you have Makita tools, this is quite an easy repair. And because it's Makita, it's an affordable repair. So this is a wee brushless Makita Impact Driver, and it has a replaceable switch. So just in case it ever wears out on you, you can easily just swap it out. Take off the back cover, just two screws holding it. You can leave the rotor in place if you like, or you can just pull it out. And just take out the rest of the screws holding the body on. Now, sometimes it can be tight up here around the gearbox, which this one is. What I want to do is get a wee pokey or a fine screwdriver. Just prise it up here a little bit. Don't force it too much. Just walk it across. That'll free that up. That's the insides. Inside you have battery retainer, which is also replaceable. You've got a big 40 amp fuse, just in case you put this through too much load. If you're overloading it, it'll blow this fuse. This is just a car fuse. So if you ever blow it, if it's totally dead and you're not even putting on a light, check out that fuse. All you have to do is solder on a new car fuse. You don't have to buy it from Makita. They cost pennies. You've got your actual switch itself, which is replaceable. Stator, which is also replaceable. And your whole gearbox unit up the top, plus a wee LED wire loom and switch up in here. All these bits are replaceable, including the gearbox and actual tool holder up here. The only thing that you wouldn't bother replacing is the controller, because that's probably going to cost as much as the tool itself to replace. But everything else you can buy on its own, including the switch. Wee connector up in here, and a little connector down here. And a wee rubber sleeve you pull off too. That there's your switch, a little arm-round switch, common one from Makita, smaller version just. Sometimes they do wear out, especially when they had this amount of use that this thing's had. Now we'll just give us a quick wee blow out with the compressor. Just a wee quick blow out's all it needs, just to get rid of some of the loose dirt. The harder stuff, you can clean it out if you like, but you're not really getting any advantage to it. Plus, to clean it under here, you have to dismantle or take out the gearbox and field and everything. The field comes out very easy, but the gearbox is connected onto the LED lights. A little bit more hassle, take them out. So if you don't need to take it out, leave them be. The switch we want is this here, 140B49-1. This is the switch for the DTD171. And they cost around 36 euro plus the VAT. So not the cheapest switch in the world, but also not the most expensive. A lot of other brands don't actually supply switches separately. These go with some brands, you have to replace the whole wiring loom, including the stator and controller. But Makita and Hikoki sell them on their own, as well as a few other brands as well, but they're the two main ones. So new switch comes with a little rubber boot as well, just for locating it, and it's just plug and play. Stick in your two connectors to connect it all back up again. No soldering, no messing around. Now sometimes as well, if you have these things and it's doing nothing, you pull the trigger, does nothing, the lights and everything work, but nothing else, or you're running it and it keeps starting and stopping. When you pull the trigger, everything works perfectly, goes through the speeds, forward, reverse, but when you're actually running it, it keeps starting and stopping and juttering all the time. Check this little red lead. Sometimes these can actually break off. If they do, just joint the lead together. That'll fix the problem. The switch mightn't have anything wrong with it. But this one needs a new switch. and it couldn't be easier to change. Pop out the old one, stick in the new one, push it all back in. A little bit tight for space in here, but plenty of room to actually move around. Very easy to do at home if you have one of these here. Slide back in. Your wee buttons for your controller. And then drop your cover back on again. You can also buy the housings for these as well. I think you can actually buy these in different colours. Some people like to change the colour of them. Again, nice and easy to do. Now to get this on, you have to get it over this LED light. You see the housing doesn't really line up here very well. Push it on there and then push it on. And that'll close it up for you. What is this? 2019 machine. It's 5 or 6 years of work. And she's still running and just needs a switch. Bearings in the armature are still good. Just give it a little wipe. Another reason why you buy the Makita ones. NMB bearings. Bearings Go has a very good brand. You want a good quality brand bearing on a power tool, especially on the armature. Makita, always use the good ones. Stick in your armature as you're putting it on, give it a wee rotation and push down just to get it to drop into place. And push on your cover. It's just a matter then putting all your screws back in. Sometimes easier to take the screws out when you're putting the cover back on again. Sometimes because they're sticking down, they can misalign the holes or fall to one side and get in the way. It's just easier to put the two halves together if there's no screws on them. But you can still do it with them on if you're careful. And that's it. One Makita Impact Driver with a new switch. Now, when you go through the speeds, no more juttering. Just whack the speed up. Look at that. That's her. That is how you replace the switch on a Makita DTD171. Nice and easy and cheap repair. Anyway folks, thanks for watching. If you're liking tool repairs, give us a wee like and a follow down below.